Hello, whistleblowers everywhere. So I'm going to make a quick recording of a whistle. Now, this isn't any ordinary whistle. It's this wonderful Recorder Workshop. Let's see if you can see that there. Recorder Workshop. Yep. Cheap Chinese plastic whistle. It's the cheapest whistle I could find on Amazon. And they sent me not one, but they sent me two for the price of, I think it was £6. Don't know what that is in dollars or other currencies, but £6. They sent me two whistles, not just one. I only ordered one, but they sent me two. And I've tried them both out, and they're both pretty much exactly the same as the one. So if I just grab the other one, so there you go. It's, if you can see that there. I have these two D Recorder Workshop whistles, and for the price of about £6, £6, I thought I'd give it a go and see just how cheap and nasty they are. So you get this lovely vinyl case that comes with them. There you go, no expense spared vinyl case. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there we go. Yeah, Recorder Workshop vinyl case, and it smells. Yes, it smells like chemicals, which isn't a particularly unpleasant smell. I mean, I could quite like that, but a very strong smell of vinyl. And you also get this little fingering chart with all the different keys. So you've got the scale of F, E, E flat, D, C, B flat, A and G. So you get this little scale. Oh, you don't think you can see that very well. A little scale thing there. And of course with the little whistle tabs to show you what's what. Fingering chart for a penny whistle diatonic. Yep, absolutely right. So it all seems to be fairly present and correct. So added bonus, you get this lovely paper whistle chart, all for £6. I mean, that's not too shabby, is it? So how does it play? Well, first of all, let's see if we can check the tuning. So the way I check tuning is not with a tuner, though you can use a tuner, but with it being a whistle which works off a tempered scale, the best way to do it really is to work off a drone. So I've pulled up a D drone here, and let's just check how in tune this is. So here's my D drone going. So bottom D. Let's check the octave. It's a little bit flat unless I really drive it. Sharp. G. A. B. Now you really have to give it some oomph to get up from that. Wants to break on that B, so you have to really push it up there. C sharp. Oh, that's horrible. Now if you put these two fingers down, you kind of get it. Let's try the very high D. So that B, not a lot you can do with that B. Okay, so regarding the pitch, just turn this drone off for a second. So regarding the pitching, it's not too shabby. You do have to push it a bit to get it in tune in the second octave. It tends to be, especially higher up, and once you get above A, that high B really doesn't like staying up in the high register. It wants to drop. So I would say in the upper register, certainly not for the faint-hearted. But if you only want to play up to G or A, it's not too bad. Tuning-wise, it's pretty decent. Again, you have to tune it in, but you have to do that with quite a few whistles, which cost an awful lot more money than this. So it's certainly not, tuning-wise, any worse than any whistle which you could pay 2-3 times more for. A Generation, a Fadog. Tuning-wise, it's certainly comparable with that, and even some Susatos. I've played some Susato whistles, which, yeah, you've really got to drive the upper register. So I think these recorder studio, I called it recording studio, recorder studio whistles, in terms of playability, they're not that much different from some of the Susatos which I've played. Now I've played a few really nice Susatos, and certainly I had the 3-whistle Susato set, which was the E flat, D and C with the interchangeable head, and that was a nice set of whistles. But this doesn't feel that much different. So obviously these have been sort of modelled off the Susato whistle. They're not the same quality. The plastic is certainly pretty cheap, but yeah, certainly considering that they're probably a quarter of the price, if even less than that. If you wanted to get a durable plastic whistle just to tootle around with, keep it in your car, take it away on holiday with you, something that you won't worry about getting broken, then these are not as awful as I thought they would be. Let's have a go at the C natural now, see what that likes. Let's see what that's like with the drone. It doesn't like that C natural for a fact, but the 2-fingered C seems to be okay. This C seems to work very nicely as well. So this one's slightly flatter. And I also think this one's probably slightly more in tune. It seems to speak clearer. But yeah, you can certainly get away with that cross finger too. But I would, certainly for a longer C, I would tend to use this one. So you've got open, 2, open, 4, 5 and 6 down. So that C seems to work nicely on these recorder workshop whistles. Right, so there you have it. £6. Is it value for money? Absolutely. For £6, you've got a cheap plastic whistle which kind of plays okay. It actually doesn't play bad at all. Yes, you have to drive it. Would it be my main whistle? Absolutely not. But would it be a whistle which I would play? Yes. Would I play it live at a concert, say? Probably not, only because of the fact that you really have to drive it past the A and the B, and I don't want to put that much effort in. But if I was in a pinch, yeah, I could certainly play it. So I'll give you a little tune just to demonstrate its playability. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it plays absolutely fine. Let's try a slow one. So you can see up the top, that B really wants to break. And if I drive it really hard, the tone is splitting, so it's not great above the A. A's fine. G's okay. And the high B really, it seems to be a bit of an inherent problem within these whistles. So if I play the other one, let's see if it does the same. So it's interesting that this other whistle, let's just get its tuning right. So it's funny, when I pull it out to tune it, it does start to break a little bit up the top. But if it's fully in, and it's a bit sharp, but that problem has disappeared. So let's try it on the other one. So I pulled that out to tune it in concert. So if I want to pull it all the way forward so it's going to be very sharp, so with the whistle pulled all the way in, pushed all the way in, sorry, that problem disappears. Now that seems to be on both whistles. So if you want to play bang on in concert pitch, you may struggle with that high B because it does tend to break when I push the whistle out. So that's about where it was for the tuning. You can hear that's breaking. It's splitting the note. So you're getting the high note and the lower note together. You're actually getting two notes at the same time, which is quite an interesting effect if you want it. But if you don't, now I've pushed the whistle head all the way in. And that effect has completely gone. So you're getting a clean tone. So it's obviously to do with lengthening the whistle to tune it. So if you're happy to play sharp of concert pitch, say if you want to practice or you just want to have a whistle for messing around with, yeah, I was surprised at how playable these are, and for like $5.95 or £6 or whatever it was, you can't mess with that really. And again, it does everything I need it to. So if I play that up at the top again, so yeah, it does everything that any kind of whistle would do. Maybe doesn't do it as well as, say, the MKs or the high-level whistles, but for the price, you wouldn't expect it to behave the same way. Or if it did, then everyone would be playing these Recorder Workshop whistles. But as a cheap plastic whistle, which you're not afraid to get damaged, which you can take anywhere, and which is cheap as chips and is easily replaceable, and if you're lucky, they may even send you two. So yeah, I'd hang on to mine. I would definitely use it for a whistle I could just pick up and grab, and take it with me in the car as a car whistle. Like I said, I wouldn't use it as my main whistle, just because when you pull it out to get it in tune, and also it's quite at the top end. You have to sort of drive it, but for a whistle everyday mucking around with and that, you could do an awful lot worse. So basically, to sum up what I think of the Recorder Workshop cheap plastic Chinese whistle, for the money, is really good. Yeah, I didn't think it would be, but it's actually really good for the money. For £5-6, certainly, you know, I've played a lot worse. I've played a lot worse generations for dogs or the cheaper end whistles. Again, it depends if you like the sound or not. It's got quite a sort of, I suppose, plasticky sound would be the word. So if you're not looking for that sound, if you prefer the sort of the more tin whistle kind of sound, then obviously I wouldn't bother going for something made out of plastic. But for what you pay and for what you get, it's decent. You know, it's not Sasato decent for a plastic whistle or some of the other well-known makes, but it's, like I said, I've played Sasatos which, I hate to say it, haven't been as good as this cheapy plastic Recorder Workshop whistle. I've played Sasatos which have been a lot better. But yeah, I mean, in terms of consistency, Both whistles are exactly the same, so they've obviously been made in a factory where they mould them and then just churn them out at a fast rate of knots. You know, it's not a finely tuned, finely made, finely machined whistle. But for £6, you're laughing. Yeah, it's cheap, it's cheerful. Well, you can be cheerful. It can be also very sad as well. But £6, cheap. Yeah, I'd absolutely have one. Keep it in my car. Just take it on holiday with me. If you're going camping, yeah, take one with you. But they are quite. I think they are. They do seem quite brittle. So they would probably. I don't think they would fare too well if you were to sort of snap it, or if you were to sit on it, or yeah, probably if you're going to pack it, I'd pack it at the top of your rucksack if you're going camping, or just keep it somewhere handy. So I don't know how durable they are, but yeah, you could even play it in the shower if you want. 100% waterproof. So there you have it. That's Recorder Workshop Whistle. So yeah, try it out. £5-6. Use it as a whistle, which is a knock around, and have fun with it. So I was surprised actually at how good they are for the money. And I fully expected them to be absolutely awful, unplayable, but the tuning wise, they're not half bad. If you get used to pushing it up into tune in the upper register, and you get used to the best C natural fingering, yeah, they're okay. Right, folks, so there you go. That's my review of the cheapo Amazon Recorder Workshop whistle. I'll be probably back fairly shortly with a few more tune breakdowns. And if you found this useful, maybe you'd like to do a subscription to the Whistleblowers channel. And if you've got any questions, whistle related, or if you want to know anything more about these Recorder Workshop cheap and cheerful whistles, yeah, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Okay, folks, take care and bye for now.